Up next, we have Kappa Kappa Gamma.
And performing is the funny woman herself, Maureen Berry.
I think that To Kill a Mockingbird has a really misleading title because I read that book and I watched that movie and I still don't know what to do about my mockingbird problem. I was at the library the other day. Well, I'm sorry. Some jokes you have to preface so that everyone in the room understands. So this is only fair for the fraternities, just so you know what's going on. The library is a building with books in it where you go to study for the classes that you attend. Okay? And I was at the library the other day and I got a phone call from my mom. And my mom said, Maureen, you're no longer invited to family baby showers because the new moms hate it. When we play the guess the gender of the baby game, you always guess hermaphrodite. You shouldn't trust a LASIK surgeon that wears glasses. The house moms just got it. I don't understand how microwaves work. I was at the rec the other day. I was actually laying in my bed eating those stick pretzels, but it doesn't really matter for the point of the joke. And I was thinking, how do you break it to a highway that it's adopted? If I could date the man of my dreams, I would date FDR. Because that man had everything. He had vision, he had integrity, and he had handicapped parking. And that comes at a premium. My favorite game to play is Truth or Dare. My friends always choose truth because they're weak. And I say truth. What is your PIN number? So they say I pick dare, which isn't how you play, but I say fine. Dare. I dare you to tell me your PIN number. A huge shout out to Greek Affairs for getting McCain as the venue. How cool is this? Gonna walk all over the stage tonight. Also a huge shout out to all the other performers. You guys don't know, being on a stage like this in front of your audience, of your peers, is not as easy as I appear to make it. And when I look around this room tonight, I can see that we come from all different chapters, from all across campus. But tonight we have one thing in common, and that's that we're required to be here. This past summer, I had an internship at Georgetown Law, which is in Washington, D.C. It's not that impressive. And everyone in Washington, D.C. is very, very intelligent, which is hard to understand when you come from Kansas. Did you clap for that? We can't fund our schools, and this guy's like, all right, we're dumb. That is good. Applaud that guy. You do know you're in college, right? Like you're seeking, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Anyways, everyone thinks they're very, very smart. And I was in this program where I also took night classes, and I had this one incredibly pompous teacher. And in class, she told me, Maureen, your opinion is wrong. Which, not only does that not make sense, it's rude. And it didn't sit well with my Midwestern manners, so I decided at the time I should confront her with my grievances. So I went up to her after class, and she was so shocked that anyone would dare negate her. She yelled at me, and I'll never forget what she said. She said, I've been teaching constitutional law for 20 years. What gives you the right to talk to me that way? And I said, the First Amendment. Show of hands, how many of you have actually been to Washington, D.C. in the summer? Okay, good. We've all been on an 8th grade field trip. Make these next jokes really, really easy. So as you know, thousands of people flock to D.C. from all over the world to see all sorts of attractions. And this past summer, one of the big attractions was the National Zoo because they had baby pandas. Now these tourists would go and stand in line for 2 to 3 hours to see the baby pandas. I didn't do that. I opted for what I like to refer to as the misanthrope viewing. And that's where they have a live stream of the baby panda cage online. And this baby panda cage gets thousands and thousands of views per day, which blows my mind. Because whenever I put a baby in a cage, people get really sensitive about it. You'd think it was the humans who were endangered. But tourists do stupid things. I don't know if you know this, but the National Mall doesn't actually have sidewalks. It has like graveled paths. And I love watching tourists. And I've come to the conclusion that humans only have a set number of reactions when you trip in a public place. They go as follows. Did you see that? That rock had to be at least the size of a quarter. And then they spend the rest of their time ushering their party around the danger zone. Because you have to look out for large pebbles. And my favorite reaction goes a little bit like this. And I'm just gonna run for a bit. And I'm done. Are you still back there? Hurry up. We've got to get to the pandas. But I don't want to paint the picture like tourists are the only one who do stupid things in Washington, D.C., because interns do their fair share too. We had a student in our program named V, and he was blind, and he had this seeing eye dog named Miguel. Now V is originally from Nepal, goes to school in Alabama, and interns for a congressman in West Texas. And this congressman went on a family hunting trip and of course uploaded a photo to social media. So within 48 hours, PETA was protesting outside of the Russell Senate building. And I don't know if you know, PETA's actually, they're against any form of service animal. So V gets the bright idea that he's going to take Miguel on a walk through the crowd of PETA protesters. So PETA's out there with their signs and their chants, and out walk V and Miguel just plowing a path. And they suddenly get quieter and quieter and more still. Because you can't yell at the blind foreign kid. And V comes to classes that evening, and he's recanting his whole story in front of everyone who's laughing. And this kid goes, "Oh, V, you're the man. That is sick. Did they look mad?" He wouldn't know. How many of you have actually had an internship in this room? Yeah? A lot of you. You haven't. You didn't raise your hand. What's your major? Engineering. And you haven't had an internship? Okay. Good luck getting a job. Good luck on that resume. But I feel like today all the pressure is on us to have internships and to take summer classes, and it's a lot. It's a lot. I miss being a kid. Who remembers being little and sitting in the grass, and you'd pick that thickest, longest blade of grass, and you'd take that blade of grass and you'd put it between your thumbs. I haven't told the joke yet. Stop laughing. You're getting eager. And you'd put it between your thumbs, and you'd take in the biggest breath that you possibly could. And your soccer coach would yell from the sidelines, "Maureen, stand up, we're still in this game." And you would say, "In a minute." And you'd take that blade of grass, put it between your thumbs, and you would blow as hard as you could, and it would make the most satisfying squealing sound that would echo across the fields. Do you ever wonder if that's the sound a girl makes when she farts while wearing a thong? Maybe that's how they kill the mockingbirds. Thank you, guys.
Alright, I don't know about you guys, but she gets more funny every time I see her. So let's give it up one more time for Maureen.